Yeah, I know that you're really spiritual too, right? So, like, what were some of your most notable, like, spiritual experiences?
Well, there's a lot to tell. It's all, and to me, it's individual experiences and how far and wide you're willing to expand your thought process, and just listen and entertain that thought or feeling. So I'll give you, gosh, I don't even know how to, there's so many. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of a broad question.
yeah, it's a very broad question. So I'll give you one and you decide what it is. It's now again, there's tons. The worst pain I ever experienced in life was losing my father, but I got to hold him to the very end. I begged God my whole life, no matter where I was, I'm like, God, please, all I want is, I don't want my father to be alone. I want to be there when my father has to go. And I would do this all the time. And so that moment came. I got to hold him. It was a powerful experience. And I highly suggest it for anyone not to fear. If you know someone's going, don't fear holding them. Don't fear watching them go. It's the most powerful, beautiful. It's empowering. It's enlightening. You can't explain, and you get in touch with what real humanity is about. It's not about Lady Gaga and her tweets or LeBron James or whatever any of these people have to say. Or science tries to define. Science can't define instinct and love and spirituality. A lot of people put their heads to, oh, science, you can, don't. I mean, you can, but numbers are also manipulated by people that are being paid. So with that said, I hold my dad to the end. Now, when I lost him, it was about a month and a half, 2 months later. And I pray, however you want to. I shouldn't say pray because some people don't like that word. I talk to it. I go, God, I just want to know. I accept whatever happens, but will I ever feel him again? I don't need to physically see him. I know that's impossible. But do I feel his energy? Do I feel, because this is so painful, I just want to know if there's something. I know there's an energy, but, and while I'm doing that, I start hearing this tapping. And I look, matter of fact, oh shoot, hold on. I'm gonna tell you. So, go in my house. And so this happened in this room here. That stuff's there because of the cats. So I'm in here crying. I'm like, Dad, did we become anything? And the window starts tapping. And it's that window. And I go walking to the window, and there's a cardinal flying into the window. And he's hitting his wings against it. So then I look, and the cardinal goes on that little branch and just starts staring at me and starts going. I'm going, what the? All right, that's weird. So I started walking away, and then the thing started hitting it again. And I was like, what? Part of me is like, Dad? I don't talk bird. Like, you want me to get bird feed? Like, what do you want me to do? Should I not let the cats out? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. And we are so deprogrammed to not even have that thought process or even talk to anyone because it's so far out there and weird. But then what happened was starting the next morning in the room that I held my father when he passed down there was tapping on the window. And I looked out from my bedroom like, what the hell is that? And I went downstairs. Who's that freaking cardinal? And then I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then he would go to the next one. And then he'd go around the house, always back to that one. Well, this went on every single day. And it would deflect me from crying really hard. And because you get primal cries when you lose someone. Your mouth opens when no one's around you. Like, and you'd share it with some people, and some people are like, oh, don't you know that cardinals are spirits and they're angels? I'm like, okay, yeah, but I just don't know how to, like, why is it here? Is it here to give me comfort? Is it here to, and then you talk to someone else and they're like, oh my God, so stupid. You really believe that? You really believe that? It's a freaking bird. It sees its reflection. It's trying to attack it. It's a male bird. It's all it's doing, idiot. All right, I guess that makes sense too. But this bird lasted a year and a half every day. Boom, 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 boom. Went through the winter, went through the spring, went through the following summer. And, I talk about on stage, it did become a joke. We filmed it, and my kids were like, can you tell Grandpa to stop banging on the window on the weekends? Because it's annoying. It's so annoying if it's him. And so I'd have people come here and stay from Florida and like, we're on vacation, kill the bird already. So everyone knew the bird. And the thing lasted a year and a half. And then a year and a half later, we were on vacation in Turks and Caicos, and I had one of those primal cries. And at that moment, I stopped and I let my father go. I talked to God. I said, God, I am so sorry that I kept him here. And I talked to my dad. I'm so sorry that I kept you here. I can't keep crying like this. You're gone. It is what it is. I want to move on in life. I want to think of you, and I want to laugh. And I just want to move on. I want to think of who you are. I want to see. I don't want to cry anymore. That's what life is. They should have taught me this when I was young, instead of Ponce de Leon and algebra. And if I can't concentrate, they'll give you a drug because you got, quote, ADHD, which is what I call kids hate and know how boring and stupid this all is. So that's why they don't concentrate. You give a child anything that they're into and they will excel. So with that said, I let the bird go. I let my dad go. When I came home, my father-in-law, the first thing he says, he was watching our cats, and he goes, hey, that bird stopped hitting him. The bird left. And at this point in my life, I'm so tapped into looking into higher spirits and moments and all that, and we don't know, and blah, 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 that I actually laughed of how I was like, of course he left. He left. That's just mind blowing. Now, if I didn't go through that process, I wouldn't think that way. Would it have happened anyway? If I didn't do the process when I was in the living room, was that bird going to be there anyway? I don't know. But in my world, it did. Energy moves things. We have so much we have so much power that we don't know about. Telepathic, and it's, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not. You think of someone, you call them, and they go, oh my God, you were just on my mind. Yes, that's deeper then everyone realizes, except for the phones and the computers and the school and the education and the television show and the films and the TikTok. I mean, it's all meant to distract you 24/7, because the minute I believe this exists, and the world does everything it can to distract it. They're getting into politics, getting into sports, follow this, read the bottom, because while you're watching this, and it's meant to distract you. And the only time you start realizing this is when you go back in the nature and you just quiet and be still with no phone, no nothing. So, but the funny part is, my father-in-law, when I told him I let my dad go, and he goes, "Oh, for Christ's sake, are you real? They're birds. They migrate." And I love that story, because that just shows it's not to be debated. There's nothing you can say to convince me it's anything else. And there's nothing I could say to convince him it's anything else. That's just my journey, my style of living, and it really works well.